Howdy hey, I'm Kevin and I play The Binding of Isaac. I just want an excuse to continue playing. And like I always say these days, this Eden win streak isn't gonna win itself. So someone's gotta put in the work, and I've been getting more confident with my Binding of Isaac more than I have ever been. I'm much more confident with my dodges. I think more than anything, I'm getting better at playing while talking, and that is
Health down.
everything changes now. We're back to dire territory. Something drastically good needs to happen for us to make it out of this alive. Oh no. Okay. It's a Sunday night. Everything is good except it's not good. Or it wasn't good for a little bit. So, okay, hold on. I'm gonna do a forbidden tech. Don't tell anyone. Not like this. Not like this. Okay. Holy moly, we live to see another room. Okay. Oh, I forgot I have telekinesis. This run could have ended without a warning. Oh god. Wait, does this work with enemies? It does work with enemies. Okay, we have a little bit of survivability, but not enough for me to really let my guard down, clearly. Oh man, that one pill being held down is crazy. I would have taken literally anything else. Anyways, I thought I was gonna like die or something today, or at least like have a hard time, because I was at my computer, I was enjoying my evening, and then I got scared. I got real scared. And then oh, sorry. Let me restart that. I was sitting at my computer, enjoying my evening like I do. And then the whole power goes out, and the whole room gets dark, and I hear the like as like the fridge, the heating, everything shuts off. Why though? How could that happen to me? And that is a problem because it's very cold outside. It's negative whatever. It's negative, at least negative 20. Oh. It's at least negative 20. And I need to survive, and if I can't survive if I don't have heat, so that becomes a real big issue. We're gonna take that. The best defense is offense. Oh, I was scared because the power goes out, and I'm like, how long is the power gonna be out for? It's like 7:30 p.m. If the power's out for like 8 hours, there's a good chance that like things start freezing. Maybe like not right away. Maybe not in 8 hours, but give it like 24 hours and then things get really dire. Things get dire docks. In this like incredibly hostile weather outside. And if I don't have electricity, yo. So I did the typical thing where it's like, okay, there's a power outage. Is it just my place or is it like everyone else? So I checked my Wi-Fi, and I see that there is no Wi-Fi in the area. I'm like, okay, so it's everyone in the block. If you didn't know, that's a one way to quickly check if it's just your place or everyone else's place. Not that it's gonna change anything, the power's still out. And after everything turns dark is when I realized that there's been like a fire truck outside my apartment for the last how many hours. And that's like when I start putting clothes on and, you know, in case things get cold for a long time. And then I step outside. And I want to note that I was quick on my feet. You know, like when you hear that there's a zombie apocalypse, so the most logical thing is to run your bath because you have a tank of fresh water available to you, and that's the most important thing in a zombie apocalypse scenario. So my initial response was to put on a bunch of clothes. Oh, I thought it was gonna hit me. Put on a bunch of clothes. I put on my like outdoor. Hold on, phone notif. That's when I put on my like winter hiking clothes, like winter camping. It's like thick layers, extra warm. Think of like heat tech stuff, because there's a like I might need to seek shelter elsewhere if it comes to it. Holy moly, he's shooting those out like a fastball. Something good, please. We're desperate.
Gulp! One makes you long. Shot speed up.
I'm real scared now. But man, I went outside and there's a bunch of firemen and firewomen. And there's all the neighbors standing outside watching whatever the heck they're doing. And it's like they're on the roof. They have their fire hose lines out. I don't know what the heck they're doing with that. Is something like gonna blow up? Is something at a risk of exploding? Like, should I be worried? But everyone's like, there's a lot of the whole neighborhood is lit up with floodlights from the fire truck. And that's like when the gravity of the situation kind of hits me. It's like, oh, it's like that. It's like that serious. I don't know why I have two of these boys, but I am all for it. These like red clots that's shooting the bullets with me. Honestly, it's kind of saving my life here. Box of friends? Box of friends might be... I can't believe we have to buy box of friends. This never happens. We also have to clear the rest of the floor for in search of tinted rocks. We need to start curving our win chances pretty quickly. Hold on. Sorry, sneeze. No, I'm gonna use this. Wait, this doesn't work on the little clots? Okay, that bomb might be better in that case. I was hoping that the box of friends would give us extra firing power. Not the case. That's okay. Anyways, I put on a bunch of clothes because that is the only logical move. Oh, we have to take that. And then I go outside and I see all the neighbors. And I don't know why, I have a journalistic spirit. So I go back inside and I grab my camera. And even like going in and out of the house, I was so keen on like, I have to keep my door shut for as long as possible. I can't just leave my door open while I'm looking for my camera. Because, you know, I could... Like, there's lives at stake here, man.
Magician.
So I go outside and I take a bunch of photos. I don't know... I'll have to... what is it? Not put a filter over it. It's a raw file footage, so I need to, like, color grade it or whatever. I don't know why. I just felt like I haven't used my camera in a while. I have nothing else to do, right? The power goes out. The power goes out and I'm like, well, what the hell am I supposed to do? I can't go back to my computer. Actually, to be honest, I went back to my desk after I took a bunch of photos. I was like, okay, I'm done for the evening on the outside things, because my fingers were starting to like freeze. Even though I was outside for like only a few minutes, my fingers were starting to freeze. So I was like, okay, I gotta go back inside. And on my way back, there was a tall black man. He was not asking me for sex. He was asking if I worked with the firefighters. I'm like, oh, no, I live right here. I don't know. That was a weird thing to assume. I'll take it as a compliment though. If I look like I'm battle ready, you know, on a Sunday night with my camera, I guess maybe they thought I was like a social media crew or something like that, right? No, I was here only... I'm gonna resold the Mech Link here. Actually, that was probably a bad idea. I don't know, I'll take it as a compliment. Anyways, I hurried back inside. And then... Oh, even before that? Dude, Again, I'm frightened of freezing to death. And people nowadays don't realize the dangers of the elements when you don't have electricity. Especially in Montreal, when you're at the whims of Mother Nature, you have no say in, you know, against the face of cold. When things are cold and you haven't like experienced cold and like you feel like you're gonna die from the cold, you really don't get it. You don't get it. Like it's serious, man. Like you don't understand because you've lived the comfortable life in the West Coast, you know, in a temperate rainforest. But shit is crazy out here in Quebec. And this is also when I realized that, hey, maybe Quebec is not meant to be, you know, hospitable. So we just all evacuate from the whole province. You know, have you considered that? Have you considered collectively saying, let's live in places where it makes sense to live? Because the whole province is rejecting everyone. So electricity goes out and I'm like, oh shit. I realize that I don't stand a chance for like a few minutes in the elements. This is after I was bundled up too. So I'm bundled up and I have like, you know, warm, like hand warmers going. But even in the, it's nothing against, you know, the elements. Like you wouldn't get it. You lived up, you grew up too cozy. in a hospitable environment. I wish I had my telekinesis. But it's serious. Things got serious. When I realized that I couldn't really work the camera because my fingers were freezing over, even though I was outside for a few minutes. Shit was crazy, man. I would like a treasure room. Oh, and then I take the photos that I need, and I rip open like a bunch more of hand warmers. Because if I need to sleep on a bed of Lil Hotties, that's the brand of it. It's not like a, I don't know, a weird pedophile thing. The hand warmers are called Lil Hotties. Little Hotties. It is weird. I don't like saying it personally. But they are called Little Hotties. And I'm ready to sleep on a bed of I'm ready to sleep in a bed with Lil Hotties if I if I need to for survival. If that's what it takes, I will. Don't tempt me. I will sleep in a bed with Lil Hotties. And these things like stay warm and for a long time. Like even I opened it a few hours ago. Right now it's like blazing hot. If I had one on me, it would like make me sweat. But knowing that it's like freezing cold outside, there's a good chance I needed to open like 10 of them into my bed so I could stay warm without any electrical heating. Shit's crazy. Ooh, that scared me. And also, I don't know why, but when I was like, oh Harry, there was a power outage for an hour at my place. Harry immediately went, episode 26, power outage. I don't know why I felt so called out, but I feel like I was called out. I feel like I've been read, and I don't like being... This one's dire. This shit's crazy. I feel like I've been read like a book, and I don't appreciate that. Because I know I'll talk about it. I'm immediately was thinking about, oh my gosh, it's gonna be a fascinating story to tell. That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, I was thinking, man, I hope this lasts long enough for it to be interesting, but not long enough for it to fucking kill me. And that's exactly what happened. I couldn't wish for anything more, really. Just enough to really appreciate life. Because when you're going about your normal day-to-day stuff, and then there's something that like threatens your life, you're like, oh, okay. You know, you start taking things for in a different perspective. You know, I appreciate my heating more now, because even like yesterday, I was like, man, my heating's so garbage. It can't even keep me warm, so I have to pull up a separate electrical radiator. And I was pissy at it. But now I'm like, oh my gosh, any sort of electrical heating, I'll take it. Yes, thank you. It really puts things into perspective, and you know, little trivialities of life isn't what matters. It's not freezing to death, really. Ooh, glowing hourglass. Glowing hourglass helps us a lot. Glowing hourglass helps us a lot with a lot of uncertainties. Hold on. I'm also gonna bomb this guy. I guess it didn't matter. Where was I? This reminds me of like the one Jacob Geller video. He says it's like a video essay. I think it's the title of the video is called "The Fear of Cold." Talks about different stories, of adventurers and whatever that venture out into the cold and people mistakenly think that they're stronger than the cold, and they are very much proven wrong. He also talks about The Thing, like the original movie. I think that video is exactly why I watched The Thing to begin with. And it's related to The Thing because the monster is like trapped in the cold from beginning and by the end of it. Like no one leaves it's like a bunch of scientists at a polar science station. Okay. Oh, we've stabilized. We've stabilized. Yes, we have stabilized. Flight is better, right? And full mapping effect. Full mapping effect is what? A bunch of secret rooms, and we take flight every time, I think. I think we take flight every time. Yeah. It's like a thriller movie. I don't think it's something Jacqueline would like. I think it would frighten her. But it's a very interesting movie. And I don't know how tough. I don't care how tough anyone is. Just like being cold and being miserable is so hard. Just I mean, I would of course, for me, I would very much rather be overly cold, like freezing, than like boiling hot. Because at the very least, I feel like the elemental difference it has on me is that reroll all of Isaac's items. How good is... I feel like I've stabilized now, and I don't want to reroll everything. I think I'm good. I think I'm okay. What was I talking about? Yeah, I don't care if anyone's like... Oh yeah. I was talking about let's pretend we never went in there. Yeah. Soul of Lazarus, or we can black rune the shop item. The cold makes me miserable, like being overly cold makes me miserable, but being overly hot pisses me off. And honestly, I'd rather be pissed. No, I'd rather be miserable than... Sorry, sneeze. I'd rather be miserable than pissed off. Because when it's hot, it's you can't take any layers off. It's never pleasant. I feel like for something overly cold, it can be pleasant. Something overly hot, it's never, like, I never want to be in an overly hot space, even for a second. Like, I can definitely handle being overly cold, like freezing, for a few minutes, hour. But if I have to be sitting in like a hot like bus for transit, and it's too much time and effort to take all the layers off. Like I'd rather be too cold than too hot is what I'm trying to say. Of course, I'd rather be room temperature. Or even like a little bit cooler than room temperature. I definitely love sweater weather. I honestly can't imagine what it's like in like California or whatever, where it's like always on the warm side. The weather's always nice. It's never too rainy. I feel like that's so boring in my opinion. I want a variety, and that's the more I think about it, like Vancouver just has the perfect weather for me, because I personally just really like the rain. Rain is great. Not snowing is great. You know, mild summer. Summer it does get pretty hot, but it's not like the prairies. It's not like Quebec. It's not like there's not too many bugs. Of course there are bugs, which also is one of the worst things about heat. It also brings the pests. I can't take it. Cold is, to me, it means solitude, it means staying at home. It also means Christmas. I feel like if Christmas or something celebratory was happening in like the hottest days of the summer, I feel like I would not be as jolly, you know? Imagine Christmas in the summer, dude. I feel like there'd be much less people that like Christmas. I feel like, you know, the snow and the snow covers and the snowy like lights, I guess. This is pretty good, right? Yeah, that's fine. Yera. How good is Yera? I'll bring it. Something interesting in the shop at all? Can't remember. But I have to check. I do have to min-max. I think Yera in here is fine just for luck.
Down.
That's fine. Oh, I could have hourglassed out. Darn. Anyways. I feel like Christmas is carried by snow and the cold. Because it's, you know, it's... So much of Christmas is sitting together with family, eating a warm meal. There's snow outside. There's like you're drinking hot chocolate. There's like warm spices in your food and your beverages. There's nutmeg and cinnamon and shit. If Christmas was in the summer, dude, no one would like it. I'm actually convincing myself more the more I talk about this. So I don't think I would Christmas, okay. I don't celebrate a lot of holidays. Yet, if I had to pick one, it would be Christmas. Partially because shopping for different people is fun. And also partially because I like the cold. And I like the snow. And it is most immaculate of all of the holidays. And my family never had, you know, what you call a holiday spirit. I can't believe that luck down mattered. That's freaking crazy. Yeah, my family didn't have a holiday spirit, so when we were younger, my parents were setting up like Christmas trees and stuff. But the thing is, I think maybe my mom was doing it because they thought they thought we liked it, and I think we pretended to like it because we thought our parents liked it. So no one really liked setting up Christmas trees and Christmas lights. It was never really our thing. It's a very cultural thing, right? I don't think a lot of Korean or Asian households really do that. Don't ask me why. It just is the case. It's a cultural thing. Asians care about other things, like, I don't know, grades. There's no time to think about Christmas lights. They gotta study and play piano, man. I still like Christmas though. I think Christmas beats Halloween hands down. Like every day, every year. I think Halloween would be better if it was in the summer though. Because in the autumn, it is a little bit too cold for kids to be running around and going door to door. I think if it was a little bit more of a summer sport. I think there would be more like freedom, because Vancouver, like around October, around November, that's when it starts getting real rainy. And most Halloweens are just kind of wet, miserable, you know, costume fest. And as much as I tolerate Halloween, I think it would be a little bit better, in my opinion, if it was held in the summer times, say like May or June. Although a lot of aesthetics from Halloween comes from the pumpkin. Thematically, I guess that's just about the same, like for Christmas that uses snow and then the cold as a crutch. Halloween uses pumpkin and corn? Absolutely, hold on. Where's my Perthrow? Excuse me? Oh, hold on. This is actually pretty great. Where's my Perthrow? I'm gonna leave my Solo Lazarus here. Aiya. And I think that's okay. I think pumpkin can... no, I think Halloween can find a different crutch in the summer. Maybe I just want to separate the gap between Halloween and Christmas so that... because... hold on. I can Herthrow. Hold on, let me think. Do we take Epic Fetus? Do we take TM Trainer? Let me try this. How good is this? Pretty good, I guess. We don't take TM Trainer though. I'm frightened of what it could do to us. I'm okay with Epic Fetus. I think I'm pretty okay with that, yeah. I don't know what I was talking about. Dude, Christmas. I don't know how he landed up here. Holy moly.
Speed down.
Oh, interesting. I guess we can't... You know what? That's fine. I'd rather have the extra speed than an extra black heart. Is that speed down? I don't know. What's talking about? Dude, I gotta get better at this like banjo stuff, man. I can't keep going from back and forth between gameplay and monologuing. I'm going. What was it talking about, man? Honestly, this is, it's fine, because this is all an excuse for me to just play Binding of Isaac, dude. And any excuse will do. Although I do wish my family celebrated Christmas a little bit more. All we do is just kind of like Chinese takeout for Christmas. Just like every other Korean family, I think. Belt is great. We take that. Judas' Shadow. How good is Judas' Shadow here? Probably not worth 2 health. Probably not worth 2 health, actually. I'll take 2 health over anything, really. Because my parents' house is the only house in the neighborhood that is like not lit up with Christmas lights. No Christmas tree, no Christmas lights. Like nothing. And it's a little bit... It's like... I know why my parents don't... They're very utilitarian. My parents spend way too much time working. So they don't have time for... You know, they were raising... They're raising boys. They don't have time to set up Christmas trees. And I get it. I think for me though, at least for kids when they're growing up, if the kids that I'm raising, if I were to have a kid to raise, I think having a little extra holiday spirit would be, I don't know, beneficial for kids' development somehow. Create memories, I guess. I want my kid to enjoy Christmas more than I enjoy Christmas. Because I enjoy Christmas very conservatively. Mostly... Hold on. It's mostly an excuse for me to cook different things.
Up. Puberty. Luck up.
I think this is fine. I don't even need to... Hourglass out. Ooh, nice. As I was saying, I want my kid to enjoy Christmas more than I do. Because Christmas for me is just a time for me to make dumplings or, you know, cook a meal for my family. And of course I enjoy that. I wish there was more traditions that my family does. Because right now it's just, hey, let's do a Chinese takeout and something else. It's like, ah, okay. I do like the consistency though. Okay, this. For random stats, I don't think that's worth it.
Balls of steel. 2 of diamonds.
And honestly, I don't care if my kid likes Halloween or not. Halloween is... I have the same sentiment about Halloween as... Oh my god. I'm gonna redo that. As like Wubby. I'm gonna redo that. Fuck. The Halloween is just an inferior holiday. You can tell because as soon as Halloween is over, everybody just moves on to Christmas. As soon as Halloween is over, it's like November. And then November is close to December, and December equals Halloween season. Oh no, December equals Christmas season, so... Even before like Halloween ends, there you see Christmas decorations in malls and... Whoops, what the heck? In like malls and shops and Walmart. And that's how you know that... That's how you know that Christmas is better. And this is coming from like a... Not necessarily a Christmas enjoyer. I don't necessarily like Christmas. But it's better than all the other ones.
1 makes you larger.
I don't know why I have so many rockets. Honestly, I'm not complaining. Is it every time I use my hourglass, I shoot more and more, I get more and more blood clots that shoot rockets? Jacqueline's probably really confused hearing this. Spider. Nice. Oh, dude, this run was so close too. I need a cigarette after this. It's actually kind of crazy though. Ain't nothing to it. Does this already count as a win? I can't remember at what point it counts as a win. But I guess for me, I'm counting... Okay, well, alright. Story am I. Okay, interesting. This run is getting more and more interesting. Oh, one thing. Okay, I know we've come full circle. One thing that I did when the power went out is I grabbed my Steam Deck, and on my Steam Deck I have recently downloaded Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and I was kind of watching that. I was in my bed. I was like, I gotta stay warm, I gotta entertain myself. So naturally, I grabbed my Steam Deck, which runs on battery. And I'm just gonna watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. It's holy moly! I'm gonna watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and it's I forget how good the show is. The show, each episode is paced incredibly well, in my opinion. Each episode is like, oh my gosh, it's that episode. It's that one iconic episode, yes, where this thing happens, or where you find out about this character's backstory. I guess we're getting bigger now. Yeah, and I was in my bed. I was like a little cozy. I was waiting for I don't know, something to explode or the power to come back on, and I'm glad the power just came back on. And I think I watched just an episode of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood because I spent the other time taking photos and trying to stay warm. Honestly, it was a good time. I was a little scared, but it was a good time. But I still think that you should not live in Montreal. It physically does not want you to live in it. Mother Nature says so, and that she's made that abundantly clear. Anyways, that's how you beat the Binding of Isaac. Thanks for watching.